Hello everyone, my name is Heidi and welcome back to this week's episode of Baby Name Sunday. So this week's episode, I am super thrilled because it's all the baby names that I am so obsessed with. It's totally my theme. So this week we are doing some rare and edgy baby names for 2023 for boys, girls, even gender neutral names as well. So we have names for everyone, and these names were carefully selected by myself from everyone who submitted names over on Instagram. So thank you so much for sending this honestly incredible names list in. But I did also add some of my personal favorites to the list as well. So you're getting best of both worlds. So let's get on into it. First name on today's list, I have them all kind of mixed up here. So first off, we have a girl's name, and this is the name Vega, spelled V-E-G-A. Vega. This one is too cool. It's one of the brightest stars up in the night sky, but this one's also an Arabic rooted name meaning a swooping eagle. Swinging over to the boy side, our first boy's name, we have Phoenix, spelled T-H-E-N-N-O-X. Phoenix. Any name with X in it, especially at the end, are some of my favorite names ever. And this one's a mix of Thanos and Lennox, meaning immortal elm grove. Next up here on the boys' side is Brogan, spelled B-R-O-G-A-N, Brogan. This is one of those really cool bee names for boys, definitely very rare, and it's Irish rooted, meaning sturdy shoe. Now right away you're probably like, sturdy shoe, what? But it's actually a symbolism, and so sturdy shoe symbolizes being well grounded and also reliable. So it's really great traits behind your little boy. Maxine, spelled M-A-X-I-N-E, Maxine. This is a wonderful, so underrated vintage girl's name. This is so cool. You can do Max or Maxie for those nicknames. I seriously love it so much. And this one's Latin rooted, meaning the greatest. Timber, spelled T-I-M-B-E-R, Timber. I added this more so onto the boys side for this because I feel like Timber is a really cool nature word name for boys there. Timber. I feel like it also could work as like an edgy girl's name if you're wanting those nature word names that are just so popular right now. Speaking of edgy, and on the girls side, we have the name Baker, spelled B-A-K-E-R, Baker. I would actually personally use this for this occupational name in a heartbeat. I think it's actually really edgy. Kind of reminds me of this like surfer, snowboarder kind of girl. Neutral name here is Keesley, spelled K-E-E-S-L-E-Y, Keesley. This is a really unique, and I've personally never heard of this name for like that L-E-Y ending. So thank you so much for sending this one in. It's an Irish variant, meaning lively and beautiful. Moving on to our next one here is Rumor, spelled R-U-M-E-R, Rumor. It has many European roots and it means famous counselor or wanderer. Onto the boys' side, we have Riker, spelled R-Y-K-E-R, Riker. This is a really great, more unique version of Rider, and Riker is German rooted, meaning rich. Now, if you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel here on YouTube, I would love for you to join the community here as I upload names lists every single week. You can hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure while you're doing that, hit the bell notification beside it so that you are notified every single time I upload. And then please go over to my Instagram as well. I am so active on there. I upload even more name content on there, and then I also do a lot of kind of interactions with you guys, lots of polls on my stories, name games, everything. So go check me out over on there. I will have it all linked down below as well. Switching things up here a bit, on the girls' side, we have the name Lilac, spelled L-I-L-A-C, Lilac. Now this particular floral name is obviously very rare, but I feel that it could really be like a soft, pretty feminine girl's name, but I also can see it being like an edgy feminine girl's name. So I had to add it, and I feel like it's definitely very underused. I also have the name Averin, spelled A-V-E-R-E-N, Averin. This is kind of like an Avery alternative. It's very neutral, could work for anyone, and it means elf ruler of the universe. All right, moving over to the boy side here, we are going in with a bang. We have the name Callias. So K-A-L-L-I-A-S, Callias. This one I uploaded recently actually on my Instagram for those of you who follow me over on there. It is so cool. It's one of my new ancient Greek finds and it means seeing the beauty. Back over to another neutral name here. I tried to add as many neutral names as possible. So this is the short and sweet name Lux, spelled L-U-X, Lux. Again, with that X ending, I feel like it holds so much sound and it's kind of one of those wow-worthy names. This one is Latin rooted, meaning light, and I think that's perfect for so many different reasons. Sealy, spelled S-E-A-L-I-E, Sealy. This is really cool because you have sea in there for like maybe a nickname. Any kind of water elements definitely are related to this name as well. This one's English rooted and it has such sweet meanings, okay? It means blessed and happy, but it also means seaside meadow. Super edgy on the boy side is Axel, spelled A-X-L, Axel. There's so many different variants and ways that you can spell this name, and Axel is a Scandinavian rooted name meaning father of peace. Ezra, spelled E-Z-R-A-E, Ezra. This one's another gender neutral name here. Super rare and brand new to me. So again, thank you so much for sending this one in. And it's a Hebrew variant meaning helpful. So it is a variant from the name Ezra. I have the name Rubo, spelled R-U-B-O, Rubo. This is so futuristic and very modern. It's a Spanish or German rooted name meaning fair-haired or blonde. Another R name on the boy side, we have Riles, spelled R-Y-L-E-S, Riles. I have shared the name Ryle recently, but adding on the S just gives it a completely different vibe. So this one's a mixture of English and Irish roots, meaning Rye Hills or courageous one. I have the name Zeddy, so Z-E-T-T-I-E, Zeddy. This is one of Zayla's personal favorites on the list here, obviously, because it has a Z, and this one's a Hebrew variant meaning olive. Then for the boys is Wester, so W-E-S-T-E-R, Wester. Guys, I created this one a few days ago and I thought it was so cool because so many people love those like Wesley, you know, Weston style names here. Wester. It just is, I don't know, something about it with that ER ending is just too cool, and it means from the Western land. A neutral name here, we have Malin, spelled M-A-L-L-E-N or A-L-L-Y-N for your girl. And this one's both an English and Sanskrit rooted name, and it means strong, little warrior, and crowned. On the girl side is Arlen, spelled A-R-L-Y-N, Arlen, a really great A name, as A names are just absolutely booming right now. This one's an English surname and it means rabbit land. Then we have Rayan, spelled R-E-Y-A-N, Rayan. This one's a very gender neutral name, but more so used on the boy side, and it's an Arabic variant meaning land that is lush and rich with water. Next, over on the boy side is a new one here that I created, and that's the name Leonin, spelled L-E-O-N-A-N, Leonin. I love how so many parents, and one of the most top rising names right now is Leo for boys. Everyone loves that nickname, and I feel like this particular name, Leonin, falls into so many great categories while still remaining rare. And this one's a Greek and Old German name meaning brave as a lion. Making our way slowly down the list here, guys, we have a few more. So next up, we have the name Tesley, spelled T-E-Z-L-I-E, Tesley, for your little girl. This is one of those unreal names that I am just so incredibly obsessed with. This has to be probably one of my favorite girls' names right now, and it's a modern name of African Nigerian roots, but also Indian roots as well, meaning clever and fast. Now, for this next one, Zayla wanted to add in this one because it's very much her vibe and one of her favorites on today's list, so that is the name.
Zalem.
Zalem. So this one you can spell quite a few different ways, but you can do Z-A-E-L-U-M or you could do Z-A-Y-L-U-M. Really, there's so many different kind of ways here. I don't even know which one's my favorite, but this one means, do you remember what it means?
And this one means Lord of the Heavens.
Lord of the Heavens. And what is the nickname that you love for this one?
Zay.
Zay loves the nickname Zay. So this is her favorite name from today's list, amongst others. She loves the name Zeddy as well, but we added that one earlier. So that brings me to the last 7 names on the list here. I'll get through them as fast as I can, but like I mentioned in all of my videos, if you guys are interested in doing a one-on-one name consultation with myself, I curate and create a custom name list just for you based off your style and everything. Please do consider sending me an email with any inquiries, or if you want to book a name consultation with the email right here, or you can shoot me a message over on Instagram. Moving on to the boy side here, so Zalem was very a neutral name. We have the name O'Dare, spelled O-D-A-I-R, O'Dare. I personally love this for the boys. I feel like it could work as well for girls. And this one's an African rooted name meaning gorgeous. Then I have Ramona, spelled R-A-M-O-N-A, Ramona. This is a really cool kind of rock and roll vintage name here, and it's old German rooted meaning wise protector. Jeddah, spelled J-E-D-A, Jeddah. This is another one on the girls side here. It's an Australian Aboriginal name meaning little wild bird or wren. I think this has that kind of happy and like energetic sound to it, Jeddah. And I love how it has those nature but also animal roots as well. Then for my last 4 or so names here, so for my next one, I have 2 names that sound very similar and I wanted to add them together. So they're very neutral. So I have the name Raleigh, spelled R-A-W-L-E-Y, but I also have Rennie for a little girl, R-E-N-N-I-E. So Raleigh means roe, deer, meadow, and then Rennie is actually an Irish rooted name meaning small and mighty. I feel like both of those are very neutral, Raleigh and Rennie, and I feel like they play well together, almost like sibling names. I also have 2 name ideas for my next one here because they're both boy names and they sound very similar. So I have Taj, spelled T-A-J, but I also have Tyari, spelled T-Y-A-R-I, Taj and Tyari. Both of these, again, sound like sibling names, really cool. And Taj is Arabic rooted, meaning crown, and Tyari is Swahili rooted, meaning ready. Second to last name on the list, we have the girl's name Asli, spelled A-Z-L-I, Asli. This is so cute, very wow worthy, and so short. It's only 4 letters, but it makes such like a wow impact for me. And this one's a Turkish variant meaning genuine and authentically me. Then that brings me to my final name on today's list, and Zayla wanted to join me for this. So what is the final name, Zay? It's on the boys side. It is
Zeus.
Zeus, spelled Z-E-U-S, Zeus. Like I've been saying throughout this list, all of these names have this wow factor to them, and Zeus is unreal to me. I think this is absolutely insanely cool. It's a Greek mythological god's name. He was the god of sky and thunder. And his name translates to sky and shine, which is very bright and kind of like this light and shining omen and energy over your little boy. And also he was the king of all the gods on Mount Olympus. So this is really great if you love those like ancient Greek god names. Zayla's brother's name is Ares, who also is a Greek god inspired by that. So I think it's just really cool and very powerful. Lots of you guys have been loving Atlas as well, Apollo. There's just so many of them. And Zeus is another one to add to your list. So that is it with today's list. I hope you guys love these rare and edgy baby names. It's what my channel is all about. I absolutely love rare names and just kind of showcasing all the names that you kind of don't hear as often, and that's exactly the reason why I started my channel. So thank you so much to everyone who submitted names. Thank you so much for watching the video as well, and I will see you guys next Sunday with another baby name list. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.